Thank you so much. So before I would start, I just want to give a trigger warning as I will be mentioning some themes that some may find disturbing. So if you feel the need to leave the room or wear earphones or stop listening to me, that's totally fine. So I just want to start by asking the question, did you guys know that there's a study that was conducted this year and said that Gen Z actually tops movie consumption? Well, I think that personally I contributed to this because personally I am a cinephile and at the same time I'm also a woman. If you're not familiar with the term, being a cinephile is just a big fan of film. And so I wanted to merge these two identities of mine and start asking myself what films have impacted me as a woman. And so I realized that one of those films is actually Little Women. And so I asked myself, what if I never watched Little Women? Because I feel like that this film has really impacted the way that I look at feminism and made me feel more connected to it and how it resonates with me. So basically throughout history, we've seen female characters characterized, patterned after what we can call the feminine stereotype. Put it simply, try to imagine these two characters, Snow White and Sleeping Beauty. These women did nothing but sing, sleep, wake up, and all of a sudden they're on the way to marriage, the end, period. And that's it for them. And I think that it's just a really, it's a very stereotypical thing to do. And I noticed that as time went by, films have been changing the way that they go with characterizing female characters. But then there are films that try too hard to deviate from this by presenting us with characters who have tough and girl boss personalities, which I think is not always feminist. And I have these two characters that I would want to expound my point on. Regina George from Mean Girls. She's really iconic. She has this headstrong personality. But then I noticed that she uses her reign as Queen Bee to disempower other women. And we have Black Widow, specifically from Iron Man 2. She has enough screen time to basically express her ability to fight, but then her presence and her costumes just really give in to satisfy the heterosexual male gaze. And I think that it just beats the point of making her a superhero in this film. And I think that both of these characters have really misleading representations of women because it actually proves that there are people who believe that women can only be strong if they're portrayed this way. And I think that's such a very narrow way of thinking of how women are like in society. But there are films that do present female characters with care and consideration. Starting with, of course, Little Women. I wouldn't even ask if I wouldn't include it in. If some of you are unaware, Little Women actually started out as a novel, a book. And it was written by this woman called Louisa May Alcott. And Louisa May Alcott used fiction as an avenue to actually give her real life story. And she used the main character in Little Women, her name's Jo March, and she used her as a reflection of herself. Because Louisa May Alcott is a woman and a writer in the 19th century, and she has 3 sisters. So she used Little Women as a way for her to properly present herself. But it's not really just the plot that struck me with this, but it was this scene in the film with Jo expressing how she thinks that women are way much more than people who are destined for marriage. But what I found really interesting about it is how meron pa siyang dinugtong sa dulo, and she expressed that she felt lonely, which actually is a very big contradiction to what she previously said about women being more than people destined for marriage. And I think that this simply shows the duality that women have and what kind of complicated things that go into their minds whenever they try to make decisions for themselves, but then also trying to avoid, but sort of giving in at some point to this expectations of society. It's like you saying that you want to look pretty, but then not too pretty because people might take it the wrong way. So I think having this simple scene just really encapsulates the complications of being a woman. The next film that I would like to give is Barbie. What I really love about this is how it used stereotypes, but never in a harmful way, but it actually used them as a tool for personal growth. And you can actually see this with, I'm not sure if some of you have seen it, I don't know if you noticed this as well, but in the beginning, in the end, she looks completely different. So in the beginning, she's very ideal. Her hair looks great all the time. She wears pink. She even wears heels. But then by the end, because she embraces the complexity of womanhood, her hair becomes more flat. She even wears less accessories, if you notice. She wears yellow and she wears flip-flops. So I think having this type of representation and told in a very subtle way is just really great to see in film. And also I wanted to link this to Lenny, because Lenny uses pink, which is, a stereotypical color for girls, but then she turns that stereotype into a symbol of courage. And she doesn't really use pink just for the sake that she's a woman, but she turns it into a symbol of people, of her campaign and the people who support her, which is really just interesting. And the last one that I have is entitled Moral. Fun fact, this was written by Ricky Lee. Yes, we watched his speech a few months back, and was directed by Marilu Diaz-Abaya, and they're both national artists of ours. And what I really love about this is how, mind you, this was in the 1980s, but then it was so ahead of its time because of how it characterized women. And I can expand on that by just giving backgrounds about the 4 women characters of this film. So we have Joey, Kathy, Sylvia, and Marites, and their characterizations are just completely different from the typical that we see because it does not hide anything. So Joey's an addict. She lounges around because she has no place to call home, and she loves an activist. Kathy is a mediocre singer, and she does anything, and I mean anything, to achieve fame. Sylvia is a mother, but she still loves her gay ex-husband. And Marites is a housewife, and she is abused by her husband. And I think that having these stories, we get to see a film that sheds light on stories of Filipino women that have been left in the dark. And not only does it transport us to a different time in the 80s in Philippine society, but also reminds us that these issues still happen today, and we get to have a glimpse of what it's like to see a woman struggling in society and how they cope with it. So now that I've mentioned all these films, what exactly did I learn and what do I want to impart? Well, I just want to point out that a good female character is just really human. She's complicated and imperfect, but always evolving. And I think that the fact that we're acknowledging that these characters are human not only applies to women, but also to every character that we see. That knowing that they are human, we get to understand these complexities, these mistakes that they have, these flaws that they have, and really understand that they can embrace these to become better people. And based on my experience in my creative writing classes, we're always reminded that works of fiction reflect and draw from aspects of the real world, meaning that these female characters, these fictitious characters, can be possible representations of people in real life. And I think that understanding that and embracing that these characters are not just forms of entertainment, sources of entertainment, but representations of really just people that we see around us every day, our friends, mothers, sisters, titas, lolas, or literally anybody that you can think of. And I think that being able to understand this new perspective that I'm offering, and maybe try for you guys to try to wrap your head around where I'm trying to go, I think that it really just raises awareness about who women can be and what they can do in society without shame and without any hesitation. And with this, we're not only mindful of the media that we consume, but we're also helping girls and women feel empowered every day. So that's all, and thank you so much for listening.